So I believe that since we have a few things in the agenda, I believe we can start. So as usual, welcome to today's Falco Community Call. As usual, this Falco is a CNCF project, and of course, the Falco Call abides to the CNCF Code of Conduct. Therefore, we are all very nice and excellent to each other, as usual. And also, this call is being recorded, and the recordings are available on YouTube. And as usual, you can simply not show your video if you don't want to end up on YouTube alongside whatever background you have there. So I think we can start. Thank you all for joining. Remember to write your name into the HackMD document. And I think we can start with the agenda. I don't see weekly highlights right now, but if you think of something, you can just add them to the agenda at the end, and we'll pick them up. So first of all, I can see I actually would like to share my screen to show you the be able to see the HackMD. There we go. So at this point, I would like to take a look at first of all Mauro, that is going to tell us news about OpenSSL, news that I probably didn't want to hear, but let's see.
I thought you would be glad of this, because you're the guy always trying to give us to the latest versions and fixing vulnerabilities. OpenSSL is the version 1.1.1, which is a classic by this time. It's reaching end of life in September, and I know we have a dependency on it, at least in the libraries, I'm pretty sure. So we should be moving to version 3.1, I guess. Do we have any plans for it? Do we not? Just wanted to bring it up with maintainers.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So first of all, the reason why I'm not super happy about it, even though I want to keep it updated. So personally, every time there is a CVE in OpenSSL, I go there and update it into our libs. The thing is, jumping from 1 to 3 in our dependency mechanism is probably a considerable amount of work. So it's not just a matter of changing a letter and we're good to go. So that's why I am both I think this is inevitable, of course. So this is going to, we have a few months to do this migration, because it will no longer be receiving publicly available security fixes. So we do have to do it. I don't think there is a current plan of doing it, and if I would be willing to help if we want to go forward. But if someone wants to experiment, I'd be very happy to lend a hand and to try and see even where the actual dependencies are, and if we can do something about it. So Mauro, maybe you want to help us as well with that, and we can try and figure out what we can do before September. That means that this is not a priority for the current, for the next release, which is scheduled at the end of May. But it may be, something. It may be risky for the next release for Falco 036.
I don't think it's something that we need to address immediately, but we do need to start working on it. So, the guy that actually brought this up to me was like, this has been an issue on some other repo that was updating the version, and apparently it was a mess and took months to get set up. So we need to start working on it. So I can create an issue, at least a placeholder issue, being hey, this is reaching end of life. We need to update it and try to find people to work on it.
Yeah, we want to follow this initiative, and I think by the time we get 035 0 out, I would suggest that we find at least an owner or someone that is leading this. within the community, because of course core maintainers are very welcome, because the critical date is around Falco 036, so it would be having the time window between 035 and 36 to do it would be good, I think. Thank you so much for the heads up, though. That's for libs, I believe. Okay, thank you so much, Mauro. If nobody else has comments on that, and we can go on with Fede, that is proposing a new libs release. Tell us about it, Fede.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'd like to propose the new libs release that won't be used by Falco 0.35, but will be like a middle term release, let's say, something around the end of April. Because I noticed that well, we already have a ton of work in this release, like more than 100 pull requests on user space and more than 50 pull requests on the driver side. So I think should be the right time to freeze a bit the repo, doing a tag release for both driver and user space, and then start a small adding a small amount of work on top of these releases to fix up round things up for the next Falco release, basically, so that we end up with a complete feature-wise complete release that is also very stable and should carry no issues at all, at least that we know about, of course.
So your proposal, if I get it right, would be to get a release out in about a month's time, and even less than a month for
yeah,
the libs.
20 days, I'd say.
And how about Falco 0? How about Falco 035? Would Falco 035 use this, or I guess it would use 0.12.0 release that will be released at some point? I would say at some point during May.
Yeah, exactly. Falco will use the 0.212 libs release, and eventually a new driver release if we need that. And I think this will allow us to have a stable feature set before basically the mid halfway of May, and be sure to make Falco 0.35 in time on the end of May. What do you think?
So I am interested in that. I'm actually interested in that. I don't know if we have time to do two libs releases that are very close together, close to each other. So I do like the idea of having this release that we can ship, we can test much better, and we can have perhaps Mauro or other core maintainers that help us with testing. So I'm definitely not against this. Although there will be some extra work on getting the features out for 0.12. How about we scope this release, Fede? So we try to see what out of this should actually get into a 0.11 release, or if everything, like we have a bunch of features, what should be in and what should be out of this release. And we can discuss it, I think, with the libs maintainers, to just to make sure that we are all on the same page.
Might do work, yeah. We should already have, updated the milestone for some issues, some requests, but we definitely need some more agreement about what should go into the 0.11 and into the 0.12. Yeah, I agree. We should talk about with other maintainers.
Thank you so much. No, I appreciate it also because I just looked at this, and there's 120 PRs that were closed since the last Falco release. So I understand. I completely understand the need for this. So I believe it's really just a matter of making sure that we are in at least libs maintainers and our downstream friends that are also libs maintainer are happy with the split, and I think we could do it. Thank you so much. Anyone has further comments on this? I think we can go on, and before we get to Jackie's point, I think there is someone has added a weekly highlights, and that's actually really important. So if someone wants to talk about this beauty, I think it would be a great opportunity to do it. I believe we might have either Jackie or Thomas or someone that wrote that, because I really like the redesign for the Falco website.
It was me. Basically, everything is in the item. And we just released 2 days ago the new versions of the falco.org website. Every sections have been modified, updated, fixed. We hope it will be nicer for everybody's eyes. If you have any feedback, you can share them with me or Jackie, and we will group them and send them to the web agency who we are working with. And that's it. Take your time to visit it. That's
really cool. Really great job to everyone that collaborated and worked on this. And yeah, there is it looks so much nicer than before. So as a question I have for you, sharing feedback, how would you expect the feedback to be shared from the community? Would that be in the channel, or is there issues or anything else? What would you recommend to the community that has feedbacks on the website? Where should they put it?
I think right now you can reach us directly on Slack. It will be easier for you than writing an issue in GitHub, especially because I think most of the feedbacks you may have already been addressed by someone else, and we will avoid to create duplications of issues.
Okay, cool. So remember to call this to very nice people, and I can say if you didn't know them yet, they are super nice, so they will be happy to help with any issues on the website or any feedback, and also get GitHub issues or anything else in the place where they belong, in the right place. So continuing on our agenda, we have Jackie.
Hey everyone.
About KubeCon.
Yeah, so just really just a quick reminder again of our presence, of Falco's presence at KubeCon. So we're going to be hosting the project meeting on Tuesday. I've added the link if anyone is attending, if y'all want to register. I've also added 2 community events. There's going to be a up and running with runtime security workshop, which is focused on Falco. And then we joined forces with a few other community members like Sneak and Chain Guard, and I forgot who the 4th one is. And there's going to be a SIP and security community party at the Heineken Experience right after that workshop. Everyone's welcome to attend. So if you're going to be in Amsterdam attending KubeCon, go ahead and register. If you live in Amsterdam, but you're not attending KubeCon and want something to do that night, we also welcome you. And then lastly, we have our maintainer track. No Fear, Falco is looking after us, and that's being presented by Jason, Melissa, Luca, and then also Hendrik. But is there confirmation that he's attending or not? I've heard some stuff. So if anybody, yeah, let me know. And then for the kiosk, we have, I've added the Google Sheet link as well. If you're going to be at KubeCon and you have a few hours to spare, there's a few activities that we're hosting at the kiosk in an effort to drive engagement and traffic there. So lightning talks, like they can be 10 minutes, live demos, or if you just want to staff and connect with the community, we also are looking for folks who will do that. So that link is there. If you don't see a name in the box, go ahead and add your name. If there's already a name there too, you're more than welcome to add yourself there. We can have more than one folks staffing the kiosk at the same time. So yeah, that's the biggest update there. I think the last things we are wrapping up is creating a video loop for the kiosk. So I'll be pinging folks for their feedback just to get their eyes for accuracy, etc. And yeah, the other follow-up question I had, excuse me, was for the week of KubeCon, which I believe is the 18th, the 19th. Are we keeping this call or are we canceling?
I think we should cancel it. We usually do it because most of the people, well, I'm not sure if most, but many of the people that are in the call, they will be at KubeCon. So usually for KubeCon, we cancel it. And also I was thinking about canceling the supply chain security call that I also do on Thursdays on KubeCon week, simply because I will probably not have time to attend because there are all these events, and usually that's what we do.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I set up a reminder for the community on Slack and the mailing list, etc., that we're not hosting a community call that week. So just wanted to confirm with the group. And that's it for me.
So we'll add this. Cool. Thank you so much. I hope to see as many of you as possible at KubeCon. It would be awesome. Every time we met with the community there, both in EU and NA, was great. So I really hope that we can find a lot of people from the community. I see that there are a bunch of messages in the chat that I couldn't look at. So first of all, we have Alexis from clouddefense.ai. I don't know if you were in this call before, but would you like to introduce yourself and if you didn't before, if you didn't earlier? And I think you have a PR on the rules. So Lorenzo has replied in the chat that he is awesome and he will be willing to help. I would like to help a little bit as well, although I'm extra busy, but I'll try to find a tiny bit of time, because that PR, I've seen that PR I'm looking at it in GitHub. It's very large, so there's a pretty big effort that went on, and the process, and I'm sure that you were asking for a bit of guidance with our process. So yes.
Yeah, so hello everyone, I'm Rakshit. Currently, I'm a third-year student at Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. And apart from that, I'm doing an internship in clouddefense.ai. So yeah, I raised that PR, where we incorporated a set of 21 rules for the Falco engine.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Lorenzo, for the help. And let's get some new rules in the right way. Does anyone else have any topics that they wanted to add?
I do. We have a new person on the call. Michael Coleman. Sorry.
Yeah, Hi.
Pointing you out.
I'll even turn my camera on. Like, hold on, I'll turn my camera on.
Hello,
Sitting on
Mike.
the couch. Hi, I'm Mike Coleman. I actually joined Sysdig this week from Google, where I was a developer advocate on Kubernetes. I led the DA team over there for Kubernetes. I've come over to be a developer advocate on open source and Falco at Sysdig, just helping to activate, and get folks engaged and create materials and just help the project in any way I can. So I'll be in Amsterdam, so I hope to meet a lot of you. I'll be at the maintainer track and at the other events. And, if you see me around, say hello. I'll definitely do the same. If there's anything you think that I could help with, I'm mike.coleman@Sysdig. You can shoot me an email there, or on Twitter, I'm Mike G. Coleman. So either way, I'm around, help any way I can.
So welcome on board, Mike. And I heard Google is saving on Stapler's cost. It's a good choice, definitely good choice. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for introducing yourself. Sorry, I kind of called you out, Mike, but
Thank you. I didn't notice the new name. Thank you.
I noticed everything. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I think that was it for me.
Cool. Thank you so much, and welcome to everyone new. Welcome, Mike. It would be great to meet you at KubeCon, and welcome to the Falco community.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great evening, day, rest of the day, whatever it is.
Luca and Jackie, I have one question. So this is Anshu from Cloud Defense side, and we have 2-3 people on the call from Cloud Defense side. So our team has been expanding the MITRE attack vectors, and they have done pretty good job. I think 24-ish new rules, and they have mapped it to MITRE attack vectors. So they have lots of details around that. So yeah, once this PR is merged, I think my team would like to do a working session, so that with the community or with whoever tech session, so that they can showcase how can you protect expanded MITRE attack vectors, and how it will live. We want to do some working session.
Yeah, do you want to do it in our community call next Wednesday?
I think we want to wait for this PRs to be merged, so that
Okay.
people can pull up these rules and test it out as well. And then after that, we will show it that, because in these rules, we have also created attack scripts as well, so that anyone is welcome to take those attack scripts and attack their workloads and see how the systems are working.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think for
go ahead.
sorry, Jackie. I think for that it would be better if we could record together, not especially myself, but if we could record my tutorials and you at cloudDefense.ai a YouTube video, and we'll post it in our Falco channel. It will be available for a long time. And we did that with HashiCorp. It was a live session, and if you feel confident, we can reproduce that, do a live session with real-time questions, and everything will be online after.
No, good idea. Very good idea, Thomas.
Okay, we can schedule that for sure.
And
it will take some time to review, because 24 rules, it's a lot. So thank you.
Yeah.
And we also have to release a new versions, new tagged versions of the rules, and after they will be available for everybody through Falco CTL. So after this whole process is completed, we'll schedule something together for the live stream.
Definitely, and there are many new changes also coming in. We will be continuously keep sending these PRs. We are working on the next deliverables, but we thought this will be the good contribution from our side, and people can get expanded coverage plus the real mapping of MITRE attack vectors. I think my team has created very nice infographic, which is just in 2 seconds. It can provide you what's the current coverage is, and with these new rules, what do they gonna get?
We can also work on that, because this is something we would like to integrate directly in the Falco website.
Yes, that's a goal. And I think regarding Cube call side, I think it was very last minute from our side, so we couldn't get much preparation. but we are still seeing or evaluating if someone from our side can drop in to Amsterdam.
Perfect.
Cool.
Amazing.
All right, yeah, we'll follow up for the live stream, and then also if there's interest in writing a user story in regards to your experience doing this, that would also be something we
Mara, can you
collaborate
please
on.
follow up with Jackie on that?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a
anything
lot.
else?
Bye.
And really have a good rest of the day or evening. And as usual, you can find us on our channels and see you next week.